Why hello, this is Mike Moo and we are a few days into Amazon Prime Day 2018. It didn't start out that great. Early on when it first started out, the first half hour, I posted a little video about this. There were only a few deals that you can actually see through the main Amazon Prime page, and that's probably because we had a ton of people hitting it up. Supposedly in the stats, just today alone, they're going to sell about $3.6 billion of revenue off of Amazon and all the third-party sellers. And I was only able to create a video about what was available basically throughout the entire Prime Day, which just has to deal with the deal on Amazon devices. So if you're thinking about getting an Amazon device or Echo Alexa device, today's not a bad day to go ahead and get it. I went over a video about all the different devices I have available. Feel free to check it out in my list. But here are some of my favorite deals, and I am going to share with you right now. Bear with me, this is my first time actually going live using my Sling Studio, and I didn't have this scheduled or anything, but hopefully this goes out without a glitch, and let's get started. So if you don't know about my website, I have one at mikemooonline.com or mikemoo.com, and down here I have some deals. The first one I feel that is one of the better deals that I've seen is a whole combination of a Samsung S9 Galaxy phone along with a Echo Plus, plus the Echo, and then a Echo Spot black version and a Samsung Smart Home monitoring kit, and the whole deal for $719. This is probably because Samsung is probably going to be upgrading and releasing the Samsung Galaxy S10 very soon. Crazy to think about it, but that is pretty much what is supposedly going to happen real soon. So if you look at the different prices of each of these things, you're looking at even at the Alexa today Amazon Prime deal prices with the Samsung Smart Home monitoring kit. That's about a $200 value, $150 on probably the best deal available. And then you look at the Echo Spot, which is about $100. So now you're looking at a $300 extra value. And then you got the Midnight Black Echo, which is probably another $60 in value. And you're looking at minus $260. So you're getting a pretty good deal overall if you look at it completely as a whole package. So this was the latest best deal that I've seen for this, and it is still live. It's supposed to end in 31 hours, so or until they sell out. So it's something worthwhile to check out. The next deal I've had on here most recently was the Elgato Stream Deck for $99.99. I love this thing. I bought two of them back in March, and it is a live content creation controller, basically with 15 buttons, and you can customize this to run applications. You can customize it to open up websites. I like doing it for non-streaming purposes because I haven't live streamed directly from my computers yet, and basically my main computer is down right now. I actually have to get that fixed up. But in the meantime, I usually have it run different macros or open up different programs by pressing one of the configurable 15 buttons. So at $100 a piece, this matches the best price that I've seen so far, and I can't recommend enough, especially for people who are creators. If you are a YouTube creator, if you live stream, if you game, if you're on Twitch, you're live streaming and you need a quick button to press, this is it. It'll even play sounds right away, which I actually haven't configured myself for that yet. But that's going on for $100 right now. And if you're joining me now on my website, I have this at mikemoo.com, and you can go ahead and check out that link right now. The next set of things I found were about an extra 20% off on Prime Day items. And what's interesting about this is that these are generally items that are not on sale a lot. That's why I kind of listed it on here, or some of these things are not. And I see a lot of high-end audio items in here. But even really small things such as power outlet strips, 20% off, just anything on here, and then you can stack this on top of your Amazon Prime credit card and basically get an extra 5% off of all those things as well. So this, for instance, a pretty okay deal is this Panasonic Eneloop for $41.99 minus another 20% off. So you're basically getting another $9 off. Brings it down to about $30, which is roughly about a fairly decent deal if you don't have a Costco near you with Eneloops in stock. So there are some examples of that. That's the reason why I kind of linked it on here, because there's kind of a whole list that you can get through. And I hate linking items that sell out in like 20 minutes, because there's no point. By the time you see the video or get around to it, it's already sold out, right? So this is just a quick view of what's available off of the 20% off. And you know, what's interesting is some of these deals are linked way deep inside the Prime link, the Prime Day deals when you first log into Amazon. And that's why I bring it up over here on the site, because I feel like it's kind of hidden. All right, next up, I also found deals on phone cases, 25% off. Nothing super exciting that I saw. But 25% off of just about a whole ton of cases is also not a bad deal as well. They primarily focus, I see, mostly on iPhone and Samsung stuff, but there are other cases you can also check out on there as well. Again, these things are things that are going to be in stock by the time you see this video still, for the most part. And this is the reason why I kind of highlight it and show it here on the site. We all need motor oil, and you know, every 3,000, 5,000 miles you need to change your motor oil. And I saw 20% additional 20% off of advanced synthetic motor oil by Castrol, which makes it a pretty darn good deal, especially if you look at it. And it's $21, and that's actually used to make the front page deals on many deal sites alone for 5 quarts. So an additional 20% off of that is great. This is why I also linked that over there. The Anova Sous Vide Wi-Fi device for $69.99. I saw this shown on many other pages, deal pages as well. This is helpful if you don't know how to cook. I gave my brother one of these. I gave him the Bluetooth one, and he's never used it because he knows how to cook. But for people like you and me, or bachelors who like to cook a nice steak and not get it overdone and get it just right, and then this is one of those devices that is something that I recommend. It makes me a good enough chef for nice cuts of steaks, so make sure you don't ruin it. So for $69.99, you can Wi-Fi control it, and you just tell it what you're cooking. It kind of calculates that out all for you, and there's no way you can overcook it. $69.99 is absolutely the best price I've seen it for. I've seen it as low as about $80. So you're looking at about a $10 difference there. Next up, I also saw special deals for people who have the Amazon Prime credit cards. And that is only about 10% off to 15% off, in some cases 20% off. So I have a whole link of all these items there. This is not available to everybody. Even if you're a Prime member, you won't be able to take advantage of these. So I feel like this is kind of special for people who do have the Amazon credit card. The Platinum credit card is really cool. It's completely made of aluminum and metal. It's very, and it also gives you like 5 to 10% off at Whole Foods. But you can get about 10% back or more on a lot of things. One of the hot items that I actually didn't link in here was actually going to be the noise cancellation headphones from Bose. Bose makes some of the absolute best noise cancellation headphones on the market. I've tried a ton of them, and to be able to get an extra 15% back on a high-end noise cancellation headphones like this, the Quiet Comfort 35 or the Quiet Comfort 20. I have the 20. I've used it for many years, and I love it for traveling. Even when I'm driving up and down on the freeway, I just put them on. I can still hear things around me, but it blocks out a lot of the road noise, and you just feel a lot less fatigued when you're driving really long distances or on an airplane. So 15% off of that is pretty good. And then the Quiet Comfort 35s, you know, they used to have the older Quiet Comfort in here, and I guess they must have sold out because I don't see that here right now. But if I were you, I'd probably go for the older ones. So let me see if I can still see it right now. There's a chance that it sold out. Yeah, there's probably a chance that it sold out. Let me try looking for it here. But if you do find them, well, this happens a lot today too with the Amazon Prime things. This is why it's so difficult to search for things, is because uh, Amazon's just getting hit up so much. So when I see a deal or a special deal hidden behind one of the pages, I link it here on my site to show you. If I do find it, I'll link it and add it as another post on my website at mikemooonline.com, and hopefully you can take advantage of it. If not, you can get one of the latest, greatest ones for $349 plus another 15% off. And you know, both products aren't typically on sale a lot, and I think that's the reason why I put it on here. It ended up being a pretty good deal with all that considered. Let's go back to the site. Let's see what else I had found here. You know, I actually scoured through the 80 some or so pages of the deal sites, at least the ones that I could load, and many of them I was not able to load, so I wasn't able to actually see if they were still available or not. But again, this Amazon Day is going on for a full 30 some hours, and let's see, I think about 30 hours or so. So there's definitely going to be more going on. They also have a lot of unlocked phones for sale, besides that awesome deal that I have highlighted on the front of my page with the Samsung S9 phones. You also have some accessories from Samsung, and also a bunch of other Android phones that are on Amazon Prime unlocked deal here. So I'll give you a quick little preview about that. If you were interested in getting a relatively recent, relatively fast one, not the most popular phones out there, but really decent phones, this is not a bad choice at all. The Huawei Mate 10 Pro is highly recommended. This is basically a flagship phone, and it is, I see it's for $549.99 right now for Prime Day. Another good choice is the Razer phone. It is not just for gaming. The screen is the smoothest available on the market because it's 120 hertz. I remember people were talking about this at $699 as being a great deal. Also, if you love gaming, because this has the gaming processors in there that allows you to play A-list games on there. So if you're playing any of the popular ones online, and you can load it on the Android operating system, and you want to be one of the top gamers, the Razer phone is probably one of the few that you should look at. They also have the Note 8 at $649 or $499.99 used. $649 is not bad. However, note that Samsung is releasing a Note 9 soon, and then the S9 is the S10 is going to be released also soon. So that's probably why it's on deal. And the Note 8 didn't really come out that long ago; it just came out earlier this year, for most people, anyway. So anyways, here are some of the other phones. Here's 20% off, and there is a Samsung S8 Unlocked US version for $566. That's not bad. And S8 Plus with $646. But if you're going with if you're gonna think about getting the S8 Plus or the S8, you should probably take a look at the S9 deal that I had posted at the top. That includes a bunch of other extras. You can even sell the extras separately and basically end up with maybe a $400 or $500 Samsung S9 phone. So I recommend you check out those other than these other unlocked Prime Day deal phones here. All right, let's take a look to see what else we have going on that I found. Nintendo 3, this might be sold out. I'm going to find out by clicking it and see what we get. This was $150. I really like the design of the throwback to the classic Super NES design. It gives you a copy of Mario Kart. Oh, it looks like it's still available. So this is still available for $149.99. I don't believe you get Prime shipping on it right now, but $149.99 is not a bad deal for this and a game, Super Mario Kart. I think the one previous to this was the Nintendo Switch, and that was completely sold out by the time I was able to upload that video. So if you were looking for the Nintendo Switch deal that everybody was posting about, which was the Prime Day deal, where you get a 64 gigabyte micro SD card and $20 of game credit for $299.99, that was sold out last time I checked. Oh no, actually it is back in stock. All right, that's great. So it looks like they've released some more about that. So if you are interested in the Nintendo Switch, this is probably the best deal you're going to get this side of Black Friday. So we don't know what Black Friday is going to bring, but this is the best deal on this package that is on Amazon Prime today. All right, so now those are some of the best deals that I've noted and linked on my site, MikeMooOnline.com. But I've also picked up a few other things too. These seem to be okay deals. So here's one of them. If I know a lot of us have moved on from using a whatchamacallit, what are these? Live picture frames. But this was only $60, and this had so many high ratings, 4.5 stars. It's $60 for Prime Day deal today. It's 8 inches, only gives you 720p HD, but you know that's good enough. And it allows you to have USB and SD card pictures, and it'll even play a regular standard HD files and stuff from here. So this is $60. That's not a bad deal if you're looking for a nice gift for somebody, because everybody takes photos. Nobody prints them out these days. $60 with a smart picture frame is pretty cool. The TP-Link costs a smart Wi-Fi plug for 2-pack for $30. This is also a Prime Day deal. I like these a lot because they're cheaper than the Belkin Wemos, and they also work with all the Alexa and Google Assistants. The 2-pack for $30 brings it down to $15 a piece, and this will help you monitor also energy usage throughout the house. So this will also let you know just how long something's been on. You can set timers on it. You can just talk to Alexa, have it turn things on and off. And it'll also let you know just how much power and energy that thing has been using. So I'm going to need to order one because we have a water heater that my wife likes to use a lot, and that thing eats up power like no tomorrow because it's always heating water, so you have hot water on the go. I was always kind of curious just how much electricity that's using, but it's always on. So $15, that's a pretty decent deal. It's not the hottest deal available, but it definitely matches the best deal that I've seen on that. This is not a bad deal. Ultimate Ears Blast portable Wi-Fi Bluetooth speaker for $89.99. This is basically an enhanced version of the Echo, Echo Tap, because this is not only is it waterproof, so you can take it with you in a shower and a bath, but it also has Alexa built in where you don't have to press a button. You can just talk to it. So that's $89.99. Not bad. Not a hot deal, but not bad. And then this is something that I was thinking about getting. This is a visual analog timer. This helps me keep track of things. I think I'm going to have one of these so that I can visually see if I'm doing a live stream, if I'm just taking too long on a subject or something. So this is 20% off on all of them. But let's take a look at the live deals right now. Oh, here's another one. I tweeted, no, not this one. I tweeted this one out earlier. I think it's still available. 66% claimed. If you have a Sony Alpha 7, Alpha 7S2, Alpha 7R, Alpha 7R2, you know, any of these right here, or Alpha 6500, you know that the battery life is completely crap. These are some of the best third-party batteries that I could find for this, and it is $22.39 for 2 batteries and a charger. So jump on that one if you are a Sony user. Now let's take a quick look at some of the deals that are live right now. So I'm going to go ahead and jump over to the Prime Day deals. Again, this is done live, but I can't actually see if anybody's commenting, asking any questions. So I am sorry. Let me see if I can go ahead and do that from my tablet here. Or I got to turn this off. Do I have any questions? How do you get free samples on Prime Day? Maria's asking. Free sample? You know, I haven't found any free samples for Prime Day. You mean, Maria, if you're still on, if you mean prior to that, they actually had some free trials. So there were a bunch of free trials available, or really cheap trials. So if you have never used Amazon Unlimited Music before, there's a 4-month free trial for. Or 4-month for 99 cents trial of Amazon Music Unlimited, which lets you play all sorts of music available. I think there is they might have had an Amazon Prime free trial, but I don't think that's available right now. So they do have memberships that are monthly or quarterly or yearly. And I got to warn you, if you do sign up for one of these, if you do sign up for Amazon Prime, you're probably going to get addicted. And you need to be an Amazon Prime member to take advantage of these deals. As far as free samples, you know, if anybody has any links to free samples, do let me know, because I have not seen any for specifically for Amazon Prime Day that I could recommend anyways. Okay, spotlight deals. Well, basically we want to take a look at all deals. Let's see what's going on. Now, it's important to say that even though this is Amazon Prime Day, these are not the best deals that you can possibly get for the most part for many of these items. I feel like there's a frenzy of people purchasing things and that think that it is an amazing deal, but sometimes if you shop around and you look at other places, you know, like Walmart, for instance, is trying to compete with Amazon for obvious reasons. Sometimes they have better deals on some things that you're looking for. But what is for sure, though, is that in general, if you're looking at any Amazon Alexa devices, today is a pretty good deal. Today is a pretty good day to get them. And again, I had a video about that I posted earlier, or about half an hour after Amazon Prime went live. All right, so let's take a look at some of the deals. Again, these are Amazon Alexa devices. They're decent deals. 50% off fashion for family. I don't really get deep into fashion here, so if you don't know, I mostly talk about tech channels, tech stuff. The 23andMe DNA test plus health ancestry genetic service. This is not the best deal if you just want the DNA testing. I've seen this as low as $69. Moto X4 Prime for $200. That's not a bad deal. It is a Prime exclusive. I think that this could be specifically because they add on Amazon related stuff in here. So not a bad deal on a pretty good, decent phone. Not something I'm personally interested in since I'm an iPhone user. I talked about the 50-inch 4K Fire TV edition. That is not a bad deal. Probably the lowest price I've seen it for. I expect this to drop in price down to $250 or between $200 and $250 by Black Friday though. Definitely check out all the 50% off on, up to 50% off on Amazon devices. Again, today is one of the best deals for that. Here is something that I did not look real deeply into, so I might as well take a look at it in here. So this is the gaming laptops, desktops, and components section here. Okay, a lot of decent deals on gaming laptops. I gotta warn you though, most of these, I'm seeing these right now, and these are not the latest generation processors for the laptops, which might not matter too much to you if you're only using it for gaming, and that's what these are mostly sold for. So if you are looking for a high performance computer, these first few computers here, you'll want to look at the 8th generation computer, quad-core computers. So I'd probably skip on these, even though it's a decent deal, but realize these are basically last year's products. This Alienware gaming PC though is an Intel 8th generation, and you know, this is a decent computer to think about right now to buy. So I'd look for the 8th gen. But none of these really stand out to me as being an amazing deal. These are just general price drops that we expect to happen throughout the year and over time. This is a good keyboard, $134.99, seems to be a little bit high. I could definitely find that cheaper. This is regularly on sale for $299, so that's really not anything particularly special. So unfortunately, I don't really see any super hot deals on here. I talked about this one, the Elgato Stream Deck for $99.99. I think that's a great price. I actually bought 2 of them. I might actually buy a 3rd because I find it so useful. And if I do more of these live streams, I'm definitely going to be using it more, because it's basically allows me to program anything to any of those buttons, and if I'm live streaming, I could just press a button and it'll pull up something. So if you just join me, the live chat is actually on. I only see one question. If you have any questions for me, feel free to type it in there. Hopefully I can see it on my other iPad and I can try to address any of those. So I'm continuing to look at some of these deals here. The portable SSD prices are not bad. I gotta say, if you're looking for external SSD storage, super fast storage, that's not bad. Is it a super hot price? No, but these Samsung 960 EVOs are pretty good. I mean, I paid more than that easily earlier this year for this. So yeah, the SSDs on here are a good deal if you can use it. Some of your laptops you can actually open up and upgrade. So if you buy a PC, a notebook, you can upgrade and potentially improve the performance. It feels like tenfold if you're going from a slower SSD or a regular spinning hard drive. So yeah, these are pretty good deal here. These not so much. These are only okay. The Samsung, the Blue Yeti USB microphones are pretty good. Decent price. Not awesome. It's not a must-buy today is what I'm saying. Okay, so that looks like that's it. That's all they have for the, right now listed for the deal of the day on the PC gaming laptops. So for me to consider it to being a really hot deal, it'd have to be at least 50% off or something that is not normally on discount. So most of these things do not apply. The main things I'd recommend getting here from this page would be the Elgato Stream Deck live content creation controller here for $99. It's also linked on my site, MikeBooneOnline.com, and also the SSDs here. Everything else I'd probably pass unless you really need it. Chromebook. Let's take a look at Chromebooks here. I don't know how many people actually use Chromebooks. You know, they're really not bad as a secondary. It's not going to be something that's going to be primary because for the most part, they use slower processors. And of course, since it's a Chromebook, it only runs Google Chrome. And but then if you're like me, you're on Google Chrome most of the time. Even on my Mac, I run Google Chrome a lot. So let's see how these prices are. So these are good if you're typing up reports, and $119. That is cheap, and it's water resistant. That's not a bad deal. $119. Yeah, but it's Intel Celeron, only has 16 gigabytes. So basically, think about something like this as a Chromebook as using it only if you're online. But $119 is not bad. That's about as cheap as you can find. Now, if you had more money, I'd advise you to look at the higher end ones, and they do have some higher end ones here. At $399, the Asus Chromebook with the Intel Core M3. That's going to be faster. $399 versus $499. I don't know. I don't think this is something you need to get on Prime Day, and that's just my humble opinion. And that's having owned 2 or 3 Chromebooks that I never use. I should probably consider keeping it around as backup or just an external third-party PC or something, but I probably wouldn't. I've just never done it. So I can't in good faith recommend any Chromebooks to anybody if I don't actually use it myself. However, the spill-proof ones that are ruggedized might not be a bad idea as a third notebook, especially these ones that kind of flip over like this, convertible to use in the kitchen. Well, the good news, if you buy this stuff on Amazon Prime, you do have about 30 days to return it if you don't like it. And if you live nearby one of those Amazon Prime pickup locations, unfortunately over here in LA, I only have one. I got to go to USC, and I could do drop off free return, so I don't even have to pay for shipping back if I just go over to USC and drop these off if I end up not liking it. But yeah, if you're thinking about getting one, there's some decent choices here. Be warned that the cheap ones, don't expect to do too much on it. And I think that if I can find one that has a great speaker on there, I could use it as a secondary YouTube or media streaming device. But I got to tell you, a lot of these cheap ones that I've had, the sound quality coming out of the built-in speakers just horrible. So not worth my time. All right. Next up, 30% off or more on Graco products. That's not bad for kids. I'm not going to look into that. I'm not an expert at it, so I'm going to skip that. Ring Video Doorbell Pro, $174.99. It's not bad. It's been on sale a lot for $199, so you're just saving about $26. Echo Show, that's not a bad deal. That's about $20 less than some of the main sale prices that go on. So it's not a must-buy, but it's still a little bit of a discount. A lot of people don't like it for some reason, and I'm not sure because I don't actually own one. People usually recommend getting the Echo Spot because it's small and it also has a screen. Oh, the one reason why I don't get the Echo Show is that YouTube pulled, or Google basically pulled YouTube from it. If it had YouTube, I'd be all over it. but it doesn't. $229 for an iRobot Roomba that's Alexa enabled. That's not bad, but I think there's better robot vacuums than the Roomba. The Blink XT home security systems, I'd recommend if you have a remote location, you don't want to run any wires, you just like to stick these up. The battery life is supposed to run 2 years, and the price is pretty good. If you don't know, Amazon bought this company out recently, and I haven't actually tried one, but I've seen some reviews, and that is definitely on my list of things to try out. But right now I have a Netgear Arlo. Here we go. This is a good deal. This should be on my page. This is I said earlier about the Bose Bose Quiet Comfort. A lot of people swear by these. I swear by these as well. $125. That is the best price available for a brand new set of Bose Quiet Comfort noise canceling headphones. They have the best noise cancellation in the industry. They're comfortable. And at $125, I remember I paid $300 for those, and I've used them for years. Excellent, excellent. I needed to add this to my website, so I'll add it later. Oh, PC Prime Day deals. Let's take a look at that. Of course. This is what happens when there are too many people that are surfing the Prime deals. Let's try to reload that again. Okay, there's some interesting things here. Here at my house, I'm currently using the Google Wi-Fi system. $99 is not a bad deal for a single pack. I've probably seen it as cheap as $80, but you got to buy a triple pack for that. This is not an awesome deal. It's not bad, but it's not awesome. Orbi Home Mesh Wi-Fi Network. That is not a bad deal. At $219. Not an awesome deal. The GTX 1080 gaming, one of the most powerful gaming video cards available at $619, would have been a steal if you were still mining cryptocurrency back a month ago or so. But right now, it's only an okay deal. As you can see, it's regularly $649, and that's not that big of a discount. Thin and light quad-core AMD. I would not recommend this unless you're really basic web browsing for $184. It's not too hot of a deal. The Intel NUC mini PC kit for $250. That's an okay deal. It'd be a lot better at $200. These are actually not bad as a home theater type of PC or a streaming media player. You know, if you have a lot of video files you need to store somewhere. I actually use one of these, but I use an older version by a different company. But I can see why it's a bestseller right now, $250. 2 terabytes for $319, that's a good deal. It's not the fastest SSD, but that's a good deal. I'd recommend that if you needed to expand your storage and you wanted something way faster than a regular rotation hard drives for $319. Yeah, that's not a bad deal. 27-inch monitor, it's okay. 4 terabyte Passport game storage for PS4. That's not a bad deal. This usually at most is on sale for like $90, so another $4 extra off. The 1060 is not a bad deal if you're thinking about gaming, but it's only $20 off, so you might be better off checking out Newegg, Newegg.com. This is only okay. All right, so nothing super duper must buy on this page. The only thing I see is you know, on a trend you have SSDs. That one SSD, the Crucial. The Algegram Thin and Light Notebook, that's not bad, and it's an 8th gen for $11.99. Yeah, you know, if you were considering getting a MacBook, MacBook 13 or 15, this is really a good alternative. It's an 8th generation. This is super thin and light. I know the battery life is really good. This is really not a bad deal at $11.99 for a brand new one. Yeah. Okay, so out of all that, I think maybe only 2 items I'd probably recommend on here, and this being one of them. But it is $11.99. So if you're thinking about a MacBook and you don't want to pay the $2 to $3 grand, this could be it. The only thing I see here is it has only a 256 gigabyte SSD. That could be a real deal breaker though. That's not enough storage for people like me. But if you're just doing office work, this is fine. It's got the performance, it's got the battery life, it definitely has more ports than the MacBook. If you can live with a 256 gigabyte SSD, then yeah, this is a decent deal. I mean, that's like $500 off the regular price. So yeah, I'd call that as a pretty good Amazon Prime deal. All right, so that's it for the computer section. Only two things I can recommend there. Philips Sonicare and Arauco personal care products. These things typically don't make my hot deal list. Multi-groomer, Diamond Clean, $100, just 50% off. $200, that's ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. I guess if you have too much money. This will clean just about as good as the $100 one here. This one. Probably doesn't have Bluetooth, but just brush for 2 minutes, 30 seconds each time, each area, you're okay. Yeah, I'd probably skip on that section. 55-inch 4K smart TV by Sony. Not a bad deal, but TVs are on sale all the time. All the time. But yeah, I want to say that's probably the best price I've seen for this. But $499 might be what you can probably get locally on a good sale. So $478 is probably only, you know, $22 off. $40 off on Amazon Kindle Paperwhite. I guess that's okay. This is not a bad deal at $60. This matches the lowest price Amazon has ever sold that at. If you need micro SDs, of course it's not loading. If you need micro SDs, I know there's some decent deals in here, but it's not something you have to buy on Prime Day. And the reason is because these are actually often on sale. And quite honestly, with the sales tax, that kind of kills some of these deals here. Not bad, but to give you an example, this is a 128 gigabyte micro SD. This is only a U1 class. So this isn't going to be good enough for the people that need to record in ultra 4K HD at 100 megabits per second. You can't do this. You need a U3 card or better. So that's not going to be any good for you. See, these are all class U1s. So it's the class U1s that are going to be on sale more so than the class U3. Okay, here's the class U3. $84.99. It's an okay deal. You don't have to get it on Amazon Prime. You bring this down to $60, and that's a good. That would be a hot deal. But at $84.99, that is not a must buy Prime deal. And most of these are only U1s. So I'd only be interested in U3s for my use. All right, so nothing to recommend over there. Xbox One S 1 terabyte during Prime Day. What do you get here for $229? You get Rare Replay for $229. I don't think that's a hot deal. It's okay, but I don't think it's a hot deal. I'm going to skip that. Vitamix blenders. Get it at Costco. Don't get it on Amazon Prime Day. Fire HD 10 400, that's not bad. I'm not going to get too deep into the watches. The Fire TV Cube is not a bad deal, but this is basically the launch price. So early on when they first launched the Fire TV Cube, this is cool because it allows you to talk to your TV and turn it on. So you get home, for instance, and you want to play something. If you like to play something regularly on Netflix, you can just ask it to play. It'll turn on the TV and start playing your program. $89 is launch price. I don't see it getting much cheaper until Black Friday. So if you're interested in getting it and you missed it out for the launch pricing, now's the time to get that. 30% off Garmin wearable GPS devices. Let's take a look at that. I'm probably not really interested in this, but I'll take a look at it. $124.99, $129.99, $229. No, these are not hot prices. I'd say skip these. Although the Garmin Speak with Amazon Lex at $79.99, that matches the best price. Oh, unfortunately, there's only one left in stock. So if you're even interested in getting Lex in your car, hopefully you're the lucky person to purchase that one. It was $150, and I did a review on $150. I didn't think it was worth it, but I ended up getting it for about $90 or $100. I forget what. So $80 is probably the lowest I've seen for a brand new one. It'll probably drop again by Black Friday. But other than that, I actually don't recommend anything in here. These might be bestsellers, but to be honest, you know, you can get this for $139 regularly and probably get this for about $140 regularly. So it's not a hot deal on those. And they're also older devices. There are newer ones out there, and that's probably why it's a little bit cheaper. Wow, that was only one page. Okay, let's take a look at Seagate hard drives. Only 30% off, so also not that great of a deal. You know, with storage, you $139.99. That's only an okay deal. You get 2 months of Amazon, Adobe CC Creative, though. If you need storage and you need a backup, though, yeah. These would be okay. These would be sell prices. These would be sometimes prices you got to wait for to get, and Prime Day is not a bad time to get it. But for instance, I bought this for $149, maybe about I want to say 6 to 7 months ago. So it's just $10 off plus 2 months of Adobe CC Photography, which is worth about $9.99 a month. So that's worth about $20, but if you already subscribe like I do, that really doesn't make any difference one way or the other. Here's the thing. With these, though, you could use it for your gaming consoles. And $62.99, I think the lowest price I've seen for this was maybe $59.99, so you know, you're paying a little bit more for that, so I want to say there's no really hot deals in there. They're okay deals. I've already talked about all these things up here. Rest of this, nothing is really too awesome. E-cameras are a pretty decent deal. However, the security is questionable, and it's not loading. Up to 40% off. Yeah, it's probably being heavily hit right now. Here we go. That's cheap, $28.68. But these typically are relatively cheap, and I think even the regular price is $40. Still, that's cheap. The home security camera with the cloud service available. It's optional. You got to pay monthly for it. This is cheap. $31.49 for a car DVR that does full HD at 60 frames per second for $31.49. That's not bad. These are pretty great competitors to the Nest Cam, and also to the other people who make action cams like GoPro. Look, a 4K sports camera with a 2-inch touchscreen, electronic image stabilization for $69.99. It's not a hot deal. This is probably on lightning deals all the time, but Yi really makes some really decent products for the price. If you're looking at a 360 VR dual lens camera, this is one of the higher rated ones. There are some guys on YouTube that all they do, they just call themselves the 360 guys, and this rate's pretty high. At $279, that's not bad. Is it the best? No. But it is 5.7K high resolution. If I had some extra time, I'd actually get this and try it out. So I'll just bookmark that a little bit later. Game of Thrones seasons 1 through 7 for $74.99. I guess that's not a bad deal if you need to catch up on all of it. Or Netflix. Okay deal. Somewhat okay deal. Not that awesome, to be honest. Nope. Nope. Melissa and Doug, maybe. I'm not going to get into furniture. Yeti stuff is super expensive. I'd probably skip on the Yeti stuff, even with a sale. 50% off LifeStraw. This could be something. This is something everybody should have when they go about, when they travel. Something that gives you free, cool access to filtered water for emergency. I recommend everybody get this. $9.99. It's usually $14.99. This is probably the best deal. I mean, the best price that I've seen it at with Prime. STEM Toys. Let's take a look at that. And of course, it's not loading. So this will happen a lot throughout Prime Day, just because the server load can't keep up. This is why you and I probably have missed some deals we might have been interested in, just because it simply won't load. There we go. Save only 30% off. So there's nothing that's going to be a hot item in here at all. For anything to be a hot item, I usually recommend 50% off or more. 60% off is better. But if you do have kids, or you have nieces, nephews, and it's only okay. 30% off. All right, let's go back here. Everyday Essentials. Yeah, I suggest you check those out. I'm not going to check it out. Nothing too terribly exciting about that for me. Wi-Fi smart plugs. You know, there's a lot of these that are on sale all the time, and it's really difficult to find out which ones are best for you, because the concerns that I have with these third-party ones that are not these big name brands that we have that are more held accountable, like Belkin or TP-Link, is that you don't know about the security. You don't know if they're updating their firmware much. And for a price this cheap, for two of them for, you know, $20, $25 it looks like, you just can't count on the security of those. So if you're going to use something like this, you know, plug into something that's non-essential to your daily living or emergency use, because people hack these type of things all the time. These protocols are not updated. Okay, let's take a look. No, 30% off is not enough to make it into Super Prime Day deal. I'm not going to look at that. I don't know about TicWatch. I'm going to skip that. This seems like only an okay deal. You could probably get the same thing off Home Depot. Not interested in that. Looks like 4 stars, but I could probably get a cheaper price than that too. This is not that great of a deal. Not that great of a deal. 40% off on Under Armour apparel, shoes, and accessories. Maybe you can get those at the outlet. What else? Certified diamond jewelry. Nope, skip that. GoPro Hero Session for $100. I'd probably recommend skipping that one unless it's the one that records in 4K. Let's take a look at it. Is this the new one? No, it's not. So yeah, skip on that one. That's pretty much regular sale price anywhere. Award-winning Neura headphones, $299. First headphone to automatically learn and adapt to your unique hearing, bringing you closer to the music you love. Well, that's interesting. But you're paying for bleeding edge technology, and $299 is probably going to be the regular price later on this year. So it's not worthwhile unless you want to pay the first person bleeding edge tax, whatever you want to call that. This is not a bad deal. This released at $199.99. It was at $199 for a long time. I don't know about Noon Home Smart Lighting products. Probably going to skip that. HP Blue Sprocket. This is typically on sale for $99.99, so It's only 10% off. This you can get for free with rebate all the time. 50% off of jeans. Do people still ride hoverboards? $239. Yep, nothing left exciting to see here. Is there anybody out there that is interested in any particular thing that they want to look for on Prime Day? Please go ahead and comment down below or on my channel. But this kind of reminds me very much of Prime Day last year. There are only a handful of products. Takes forever to find anything that you might like, and then the really hot products sell out before you can even get to it anyway. And there's 4,000 items. 4,000 Prime Day deals going on right now, with more to be coming soon. Who has the time to look at all this stuff? And these are only okay deals. These could easily be deals that you find on any regular Amazon Lightning that happens every single day. $10.79, that's cheap. But what I find with a lot of these right here that have the two outlets and USB plugs is that these outlets right here are not made very well. They get stuck. It's just not quality stuff in there. But I suppose, what do you expect for $10.79, right? And the regular retail price of $14.99. That was cheap to begin with. All right, how long has this been? How long have I been streaming here? 52 minutes. Wow, it's almost an hour. And out of that, looking at this stuff together, I've only found at most half a dozen items that I feel like might be worthwhile. That's Amazon Prime Day for you. Unless you're interested in the Amazon devices, which are not bad. As I've said, and I did a video on already. You should check it out. My channel. Two-pack, that looks like it might be a regular price. Well, look, regular price is $22.99. You save $5. Nothing really to get excited about. Looks like some nice heavy-duty door stoppers, but again, nothing to get excited about. $11.80 for two. World's best farter. $33.99. That's not a bad deal. 100% claimed. I am on a wait list for that. It's not a super hot deal. On Lightning, this was $39.99, so you're saving $6. Yeah, it's a little bit of a savings, but do you really need it? Not necessarily. So I'm not super pumped about those. And plus, they're on Lightning deals all the time. This looks like a pretty good deal. $14.62. That is an 8-inch professional kitchen knife. You never know about those until you get it. Yi outdoor security camera. Hey, that's not a bad deal. $63.99. However, the regular price on that on a Lightning deal is $69.99. So you're only saving $6 compared to one of the better prices. Still, I've been meaning to try out one of these as a cheaper alternative to some of the other systems that I use. around my around the house. So $63.99, that's not too bad. I wonder why that didn't load for me earlier. Huh. I'm only about 10% through in the current live deals right now, or live or about to be live soon. That's not a bad deal. Sold out though. $14.99 for 6 of these Sonic. Of course, these are third party. The brushes are not going to be as good, but when you're paying $6 to $8 for each of these brush heads for the authentic ones, I'm all for the $14.99 for 6 of them. Jesus. But you can probably, I mean, look, the regular price is $19.99. You're only saving $5. Dude wipes. I saw these guys on Shark Tank. I'm sorry, I don't see too much else going on right now. That's a good deal. I think I've covered most of it. I think I gotta wait until this next session ends in 3 or 4 or 5 hours and see if they have anything new that might be interesting to get. So yeah, you save, but you save a little bit on some of these other items that you might be considering to be getting. But then there's a lot of this other crap. I don't mean literally crap, but stuff that you don't look at regularly anyways, or you don't look to Amazon to get anyways, that just you only save $1 or $2. Okay, here's the deal on something that I recommend. This is an automatic connected car OBD2 adapter with internet connectivity. What this does is it helps you to keep track of your car, and also it's great if you travel for, or if you use your vehicles for work and you need to track your mileage expenses. It also lets you know if there's any car problems and recommend stuff and fixes for it, and also gives you live GPS tracking too. And the service is included, I think, for a couple of years. However, this is only $3 or $4 less than the best price that this has been sold at $99.99. So now it's $96. So you're only saving $4. Regular price is $130 though. Oh, so you get the data coverage for 5 years. So yeah, it's not bad. If you have teenage drivers, or you have people who just, if you have multiple cars and they're out all the time, you kind of want to know where they're at, or to keep track of it, or if someone gets in an accident, this will you can have it configured to contact people. $99.99 is not bad. $96 is just $3 off, $3 or $4 off. All right, so I've been streaming for about a good hour now. I guess this is a similar experience to last year. You go to Amazon Prime Day, the hottest deals you can't load or you can't open up because everybody's slamming the page and trying to get in on it, and by the time you get into it, it's already sold out. But sometimes they come back with more stock, so it's worthwhile to check it out throughout the day. Remember, Prime Day is over a day. It started at noon earlier today, and it will continue through tomorrow midnight, I believe. So I'll probably have another live stream if you guys are interested. I don't know, just please comment down below, and I'll see about doing another one to continue the next part. But throughout this whole hour of my live streaming, I only found about maybe 4 or 5 products that maybe I could recommend as a good deal. And then even those products is not that big of a discount compared to the lightning deals that have happened on Amazon itself. All right, well, I am out of power on my ACAM, so please give me a like and subscribe for more. Please comment down below, and thank you for watching. If you're interested in some of these products, hopefully I'll have it linked down below. I will catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching.